Welcome, I'll be reacting to Outlander Season 2, Episode 13. This is not a market substitute, support the original or we will send you to Culloden. Oh, Emma Peel! Alright, I guess they're back in the 60s or something.
Good morning, Steve. The door's open.
Oh, I love this series. There is only one thing I would forgive this show for showing me instead of Culloden. And they found it. The real Avengers. Not Thor and Captain America. Mrs. Peel.
It would have meant a great deal to my father. And if you knew him, you know that he was not one to leave anything to chance, including the toast for his own wake. The Reverend.
That's the little boy from earlier. Is that the daughter? All grown up? She's a ginger. Maybe it is Jamie's daughter.
Listen, Roger, I'll be here for you.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I love her dress so much.
Are you Roger Wakefield? After all these years.
Can we talk about Claire's hair? It is fabulous.
Very sorry to hear about his passing.
Thank you.
I see you've met my daughter.
Brianna,
Brianna.
the daughter.
Oh, yes, of course. My late husband, Frank.
I'm sorry, what?
They were very close.
I both love time travel shows and hate them. Dad. They killed Frank off screen. Wow. After all that, she lost Frank. But at least she has Bree.
You're a nurse, as I recall.
Oh, yes, I was. I'm a doctor now.
Good for her.
She's being modest. She's a surgeon.
Ooh. Go Claire.
In Harvard.
Really? I'm on leave from the history department at Oxford.
Oxford. Impressive.
Which college?
Is Mrs. Graham
Which
still in
college?
the Reverend's employ? I haven't seen her yet.
I hate it when TV shows do this. They're like, yeah, I went to Oxford. I'm like, and? It's like saying, yeah, I attended the GTU. For anyone unaware, the GTU is the Graduate Theological Union in Berkeley, and it's so many different colleges kind of coming together under one roof, and so we used to be able to do exchange programs between each other, which was really cool. I have done some research at Oxford, so I'm pretty familiar with the area, having stayed there. I spent part of my time at Magdalen and Christchurch and St. John's, I think, was the other one. There was a good breakfast place near the Bird and Baby, as I recall. Just tell us which college. I want to know where you're from. Oh, nice touch bringing the music in like that. She is so going to stay the night.
In fact, I'd welcome the company. It's a big house.
Sounds better than jolting down the wrong side of the road in the dark. Besides, it'll give me a chance to take in the sights. I hear it's a beautiful, wild country.
He was quite fond of several rare editions of Prince Charles Stuart in the Battle of Culloden.
Culloden.
Final battle of the 45.
She's like, yeah, I've heard of it. Thank you.
My true name's Roger Mackenzie. My parents were Jerry and Marjorie Mackenzie. The Reverend adopted me after they were killed in World War II.
Oh.
You have to go on living without them.
You need to tell her. Frank is gone. She needs to know the truth.
We must retreat to safer ground before the British realise their advantage and destroy us all.
You are my Thomas. It was the Apostle Thomas who doubted the Lord had ever risen from the dead.
Seriously?
It's the prince.
The Battle of Culloden will happen today, just as history foretold.
Sentries have spotted the advance guard 4 miles out. Cumberland has broken camp.
Alright, I kind of ship them. It's fine.
The Revolutionary War is practically a religious text in Boston.
Well, with George
Yeah.
Washington as the Messiah and Benedict Arnold as Judas, no doubt.
Benedict Arnold is a deeply misunderstood historical figure.
I thought you didn't like military history.
This place gives me the chills.
With good reason. Many Scottish prisoners were flogged here. A lot of blood was spilled on this ground.
She sensed another time there. So whatever makes someone have the ability to travel, I think she has it. If she touched the stones, she would end up somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Oh, she's going to Lallybroch. Oh. It's for sale. So hard fought for, and now it's just sitting there, ruins.
I have this. It's yellow jasmine and it's poisonous. It's what Colum took last night.
Colum?
Charles has been suffering with scurvy for weeks, and I've been treating him regularly with tinctures. I could put this in a tea.
Kill Charles Stewart.
I don't think that would do it. They've been fighting for quite some time now. The British aren't going to just walk away. I don't know if they're ready to just surrender. I veto it.
What happened?
Oh, here's the scene from the opening.
The Reverend mentioned an incident involving my mother and my father. And the way he phrased it made me feel like it was something big.
My father kept a journal. There's boxes of them in the storage room if you wouldn't mind getting a bit grubby.
Grubby doesn't bother me. You should see my bedroom. That didn't come out right.
No.
That would be a twist if the kids just figure it out on their own. I still think Claire should have told her. Nice touch there in the background.
A deed of seisin transferring title to the property from James Alexander Malcolm Mackenzie Fraser to James Jacob Fraser Murray. The property was transferred in 1745, witnessed by Martha Fitzgibbons Fraser
Aw, Martha.
and Claire Beecham. Well, it's a bit smudged, but I think her surname's Fraser as well.
This would be cold-blooded murder we'll be carrying out.
To stop a slaughter. If we kill the prince, we take one life to save thousands.
No.
Jamie.
Dougal just overheard. And here I am on Dougal's side again. I don't know how this happens. So vexing.
And we can no longer allow their vision to dictate ours.
When Scotland was united with England under a single crown, was the big...
Oh. I know that voice. And we're in the 60s. Wait. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's do this.
more than our independence.
Close up.
We lost
Close up.
our spirit.
Oh, they are teasing. They are teasing.
Our voices. Our futures.
Yes.
Where are the rulers of old?
Richard the Lionheart.
Prince Charles Edward Stuart. Our bonny prince. But imagine how different Scotland would be now if we had won.
Yeah.
I liked your speech. But wasn't it the Scottish King James VI who united the crowns? And Queen Anne, his Scottish granddaughter, who signed the Acts of Union?
Charles was Catholic and a Scot. Unlike German Geordie and the Hanovers, his loyalty was to us.
Maybe.
Why are you here?
I'm a history student. I like watching history being made.
There you are.
Ah. No, thank you.
And what's that thing inside there?
Not sure. Looks like a dragonfly, maybe?
Oh, yes.
Dougal, it's not what you think, man.
No. And for you to then plan the murder of our beloved prince.
No, Dougal.
Christ. You've betrayed us, you know? You have. All of us. Your people.
Leave now.
what? I hate to say this. I'm still on Dougal's side with this.
Come to me, and I'll kill you quick for your mother's sake.
He walked in on someone he trusted completely, didn't get along with, but trusted, conspiring to literally murder the king. And Claire was the one, like, pushing the poison. What would you think? We're losing Dougal, aren't we? No. Ah. No. He was just loyal.
Sorry.
Well, I guess Claire had her Lady Macbeth moment there.
Go and fill your bellies. Dinna stay and gnaw my wellies. Go, ye rats, go.
You just made that up.
Oh, obviously.
I'll have to try that next time there are rats.
Oh, God. Oh, Christ. Rupert. I'd have torn out my one good eye if it could have stopped me seeing this. But seen it, I have. 2 hours. Grant me that.
This whole plan to take out Charles was wrong from the beginning, and now it is just spiraled. What a mess.
You a Fraser?
Yes, I am. Goodbye, Jamie Fraser.
Is that really why we're here? So I could have some kind of surprise introduction to my real father?
No, it's not possible anyway.
Because he has no interest in meeting his daughter?
Because he's dead. He loved you with all his heart. And he would have raised you if it wasn't for the Battle of Culloden. Just dated from a year ago.
Aye. Before the rebellion, before. I was a traitor. I just need the signature of 2 witnesses.
What's gonna happen to Fergus after the battle, though?
No, I'll have Fergus take it.
Oh, okay, good. So Fergus is going to go back to Lallybroch. Good, all right. I was a little worried about him.
So how long have you been cooking up this story? Oh my God, stop!
It's true. Here.
It does sound a little bit ridiculous, if you think about it.
The deed to Lallybroch. Claire Beecham Fraser.
Only 2 people know what the truth really is. And one of them is dead. Too bad it wasn't you.
Oof. Goodbye, Fergus. Stay safe.
That doesn't mean anything.
Isn't she gonna ruin the timeline by appearing before they meet?
Well, I'm an old friend of Gillian's, Claire Randall. You must be...
Greg. Her husband.
What is going on?
I've not kept up.
Oh yeah, they're split up.
Slanger. She filled up 1,000,000 notebooks with her findings. Why not just...
Near Inverness, Stone Circle, Craignadoon.
Afraid I'm leaving tonight to further the cause.
You're just gonna have to bear with me on this. Stones for protection, amethyst, aquamarine, diamond, jet. Jet's correct. This is so weird because Gaelis and I have a very similar way of doing Book of Shadows. I also write my titles in all caps and do the little square around them. And I have symbols that I use to help myself get around within the notebook. This is kind of freakish, actually. The Theban alphabet. I think I recognize that. Let me check. It came into popularity in this era as well. All right, here we go. Maybe not. Maybe it's a different one she's using. It's so frustrating that I can't recall the precise runic alphabet she's using. Earth and... It's that Y that's driving me crazy because I know I've seen it. I'm not really a rune person. I don't use them.
I was stunned to learn she believed you must have a human sacrifice to move through the stones. And
What?
gemstones to protect and guide you. I knew how that trip would end.
For prehistoric religious activity for at least 15,000 years. The central monolith stands west of the true center of the stone circle. The largest of the stones are almost perfectly oriented to the north and south.
I'll take Claire to safety. And I'll turn back. Back to Culloden. Fight. Till it's done.
Then we fight with you.
I'll guide your men to safety. Set them on the path home. But ken this. When you return, I'll be waiting here to fight by your side.
No, I said I'll not have you dying for nothing.
I won't be. I'll be dying with you.
What about side by side with a friend?
I could do that.
She said she was leaving town tonight. Something about going somewhere to further the cause didn't sound like she would be back.
She is the one who saved my life. And if I can stop her going through the stones, then perhaps I can do the same for her. When you told me that you were a Mackenzie...
Oh, it's...
I looked up your family history. Your 7 times great-grandparents were William and Sarah Mackenzie. They couldn't have children, so they were given one to raise as their own.
Mm-hmm.
That child belonged to Dougal Mackenzie and Gaelis Duncan.
Well, if all this is true, then we have to stop her, don't we?
No, you'll cease to exist.
Do you see what's happening here? Roger, you are feeding her delusions.
Brianna! It's much too soon.
Sissa, you haven't been a day late in your courses in all the time since you first took me to your bed, but it's been 2 months now.
You kept track.
Oh, it's so
In the
sweet.
middle of this bloody war, you kept track.
How long have you known?
Not long.
You must go to a safe place. To a man. A man that could care for you both.
No.
She's using her husband.
That's her husband's car.
That's going too far.
Smell.
It smells like a fucking barbecue.
Nice callback. Gaelis. Maybe she did deserve to be... Well...
God.
Roger, go get help.
She was willing to murder someone to get through the stones. My question is, did she at least try without doing it that way? Maybe her end was weirdly poetic.
My destiny lies on Culloden Moor.
A wedding gift. From Hugh Munro. You keep it with you.
I think one of the reasons I like museums so much, it might just be a dusty souvenir sitting in a case that people look at and go, what's that? But it was important to real living people like these two. And when you're able to look at those artifacts and connect with those people, that's what makes museums special. You don't need stones. That object was once held by someone, loved, used, and you're standing there looking at that same brooch or cup or piece of broken pottery. And in that moment, there is no time. Yeah, let's get to the battle. Come on. More kissing, okay.
Everything you said is true.
Yes.
I believe you. I don't understand it, but I believe you. No more lies. From now on, I only want the truth.
A Fraser of the Master of Lovett's regiment escaped execution.
James Fraser. My father.
He didn't die at Culloden.
And she goes back through the stones. Have a good life, kids. Bye. Great choice of music for the credits. That was completely not what I was expecting, and yet I'm okay with it. I was really hoping for another futuristic episode in the 50s or the 60s. I didn't expect this huge of a time leap of having the daughter totally grown up. I figured she would still be a kid or a teenager, but I don't mind. It makes sense that they wouldn't be that close because Claire has had to hide so much about herself from her daughter. There would just be natural distance there. So at the end of this episode, it was wonderful to finally see them come together like that in a way that I don't think they had ever been able to before. Excellent news about Jamie, although for me it's a bit bittersweet because I believe what happened with Dougal was wrong. He was doing the right thing. They should have at least tried to just knock him out and tie him up somewhere until after the battle, but instead they chose... Dougal deserved a death in battle against the English. In all honesty, I'm a little upset at Jamie and Claire right now. So many bad decisions in this episode. Let's talk about Galus. Speaking of really just horrendously evil decisions, what was with that? I'm not saying that her end was in any way good. It was not. But she just did the same thing to that man, and I can't help but wonder if whatever magic is involved with the stones didn't know that she had done that and arranged for her to have that end. I get it. She did tons of research. And maybe she did try going through the stones in every other way that she could find. And this was her idea of a last-ditch effort. But, maybe this is all headcanon that I am just making up. But I feel like there are certain people who can just travel around through the stones. Claire, and I'm pretty sure her daughter. In fact, I think anyone who can hear the buzzing has at least some propensity to it. And maybe Galus was not one of those people. And she felt like she had to rip open the veil, as it were. It was great to see her again, and this did explain a few things, which is helpful. And as roughly paced as this particular season was, there were parts I really liked. The whole training montage going on when they were on their way to join the other Jacobite forces, loved that section so much. There were pieces of the Parisian gowns that I loved. Overall, though, I still like season 1 better. I think it had more of a structure to it and a plan. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm a very organized person. I don't know if we're gonna get to see Culloden at all. Maybe they spent their entire battle budget on Claire's gowns in the first few episodes. And you know what? That's actually fine. She looked amazing. But I'd rather have the battle. I will see you for season 3.